Okay, Brad, moving it on. I can't believe we took Rams minus 13 there. Moving on, Brad, we have the Chargers +4 at Chicago.
Wow. Freaking Chicago, man. Jesus. I had never seen an offense so bad.
It's Trubisky, man. It's the Trubisky factor.
I watched that entire game. I'd never seen anything like that. And I remember there was one play where, like, they were getting booed all day. The offense was so bad they were getting booed.
Oh, I didn't know that because I had them on my second TV, so I didn't have the sound on that one.
They were absolutely getting booed, and they were moving nowhere but backwards. And then there was one play where Trubisky, like, had time, and he's like, screw it, let's air it out. He throws it into triple coverage. Triple coverage. And the only it was like, what, dude? Like, that's the best you got? Like, when he first chucks it, right? It is funny. When he first chucked it, you're like, oh, here we go. They're going to, like, there's going to be one-on-one. Some guy's going to bring this down. The game's going to get going. 3 guys. And the only reason that they didn't get intercepted is because the 2 ran into each other like Larry and Moe.
And then,
you know what I mean?
And the game was so out of hand that the defensive backs that ran into each other got up and they were laughing about it.
Yeah, they were laughing at each other.
They were laughing.
Like, damn, dude, that was so easy for me. It was easier for me, dog. Get out of my way, right? That's exactly what they were saying.
I know.
Each was saying how easy it was for them to grab that thing.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And what's unfortunate, and I know we have a lot of Chicago Bears fans that watch these games, and they're always talking about their defense, especially on YouTube. They're talking, what about the Rams? Because we were talking up the New Orleans defense, and you and I, and again, this isn't about like what teams we like the most and all that stuff. This is about winning money. And New Orleans just matched up well against Chicago, and Trubisky is the problem in Chicago. And by the way, not to rub salt in the wound, but how fan bases are. They're like, oh, Trubisky, and then they'll throw out the stats at you. But you just watch the game, you're like, this guy's not going to win a Super Bowl. It's not going to happen unless the defense holds every game. What did I text you, Brad? I said Chicago fans, they want to win every game 3-0, right? I mean,
and they think that's possible.
They think that's possible, but
right.
You see it. When the defense, and we saw it against Oakland, and I think that the travel to London had a big deal, or was a big deal. I think the offense or the defense came out a little flat. If the defense comes out a little flat, Chicago can't win, because Trubisky can't hit open receivers. And there were times, this offense is not the problem. Like, Nagy's drawing up good plays. You can see there were probably 3 or 4 intermediate, deeper kind of passes that had a wide receiver wide open, and Trubisky overthrown. He missed. That's a problem. And I watched this for years with Washington, especially during the Shanahan years. And specifically, I think there was the Joe Gibbs year where they had Mark Brunell, and then the Shanahan year where they had Donovan McNabb, and the receivers were just streaking wide open, and neither one of those 2 quarterbacks could hit open receivers. And if your starting quarterback can't hit open receivers, this league's too good. This league is too good to let you off the hook with that. So Chicago's defense, they're awesome. Usually I say it's the defense that's letting down the quarterback. Now it's the quarterback that's letting down the defense. This is the same reason why last year the wheels kind of fell off with Jacksonville, because Bortles and whoever couldn't keep the defense off the field. Let that awesome defense rest a little bit. The running game, I was out on David Montgomery anyway. I don't think he's the right fit. You got a guy like Jay Ajayi out there in free agency who has proven his ability to just run straight ahead through the tackles. Sign that guy and let him run.
Let me ask you this, Sean. Do you think it's a possibility that one day soon we see Cam Newton taking snaps in a Chicago Bears uniform?
That would be a great fit.
That'd be good for them, yeah.
That'd be
really good for them.
Yeah, because you and I were texting, and I said, I think Teddy Bridgewater is the starter for the Tennessee Titans next year, although we'll get to them in a bit. Tennessee, I liked what Tannehill brought to them. We'll talk about them in a few games. But, Bridgewater is going to be a starter next year. I don't think that's the greatest fit for Chicago. Cam Newton would be a fantastic fit for them, I think.
Perfect fit. He wouldn't have to do too much. He's just athletic enough to keep the chains moving just enough for that team.
Mm-hmm. They need a tough yard. He'll get you the tough yard.
Great
fit. That opens up your Super Bowl window. Trubisky,
that's assuming that Carolina is over Cam Newton, and I don't know if they are, but
I think
I don't know his.
I think they
you
are.
think so?
I think Kyle Allen's winning games. I think who's the most popular guy on the team? It's the backup quarterback. I think Cam Newton is expendable this year for Carolina. Just based on the way that franchise is moving forward.
Do you know the status of his contract?
I don't know the contract. I know that he's still dealing with the Liz Frank injury, and after bye week, they announced that Kyle Allen's going to be the starter for the foreseeable future while Newton is rehabbing. Now, we could be wrong on that. This is just me and you calling it, so who the heck knows? But man, that'd be a great fit for Chicago. A better fit than Bridgewater. A better fit than Bridgewater, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, they got to move on from Trubisky. I'm sorry, Chicago. It's true. By the way, Chicago, you traded. What was it, a second or a third round pick to move up one spot for a team that wasn't going to pick him anyway, and Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson were both available.
Okay, yes, right. All right. So, but that's never going to change, right? Like, that happened. They did that. It was a mistake. People make mistakes. The best people in this league don't know how to draft, right? It's difficult. But that doesn't mean you have to keep compounding it by sticking with him. No. This is our guy. He's gonna finally. No, he's not your guy.
Yep.
So you're gonna two wrongs try to make it right.
Yep.
Your ego, and you're gonna like get in the way.
That's
of your
what
own
it is.
success.
That's what it is.
Right.
It's the same people that were giving me and giving us grief, Brad, before the season for Tennessee when we were saying Mariota isn't a starter. When are you going to just give it to Tannehill? When are you going to do it? It's going to happen at some point. Just do it now. And we got a lot of grief for that one. But over time, and it's not us. Like, it's not me saying, "Hey, we're right," and pounding our chest or anything. It's just you watch the games, and I do watch every game. Like, what a Super Bowl winning.
See.
Like Dak Prescott, like, he gets a lot of grief. Dak Prescott's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Even that one play against the Saints where they got dominated that whole game, Brad. That one play, I'm just like, you can win a Super Bowl with that guy.
So it's funny you say that because Trubisky and Prescott are kind of similar to where
Agreed.
They need other guys around them, but Dak is definitely different.
Yes.
It's like Trubisky,
and it's a very
plus.
It's a nuance. Yeah. It's a very slim
Sure.
nuance. So like, I know, like, again, Chicago people watching this, you're saying, Dak Prescott's garbage, Trubisky's just as good. I know there's going to be out there people thinking that, but I'm telling you, watch every single game like I do. You can see it, man. You can see it. So, gosh, Chicago. I live in Chicagoland. I shaved my beard because too many people were throwing tomatoes at me in the car.
It made me so happy. God,
so who are you taking, by the way? Are you taking the Chargers or are you taking...
Sorry, that's a great question. What's the line?
The line was +4. Chargers +4 at Chicago.
Oh, my God. I have no idea. Let's go Chargers. I think they lose by 3. I think maybe this game the Bears win 9-6. Chicago gets their wish.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I'm taking the Chargers as well. This is the one game that I actually had some unity in my computer algorithms and my pick. Gosh, I think there's 3 of those this week. It's a tough week. Let's see, Chargers. I'm looking at fantasy. Don't love Rivers this week. I think Melvin Gordon after that stupid goal line fumble.
Dude, what was that?
That was one of my. Did I say it was 11-4? That was one of my losses. That was weak. After coming out and calling out the coaching staff saying he wants the ball more.
I don't love your ass in there.
Let me say this: Chicago has a in my opinion, massive coaching advantage in this game. Massive coaching advantage in this game. I don't like what the Chargers coaching staff. I've been kind of they have so much talent, and they just can't get enough out of this talent. It's crazy to me. But anyway, I think Gordon and Ekeler are both starts. I think Keenan Allen's a start. Nobody else. For Chicago, I think this is a week. If David Montgomery's ever going to find the end zone, this is the week. Allen Robinson, I think, has a nice game, and I don't really like anybody else, including Tarik Cohen. I don't really like anybody else.